Hey guys, Jason here for Chart Guys. If you want to learn more about technical analysis and how to interpret and read charts, I invite you to come check us out, chartguys.com. We have over 1,000 people just like yourself who want to get the most out of trading and learn about the stock market and learn about technical analysis. And I think we do pretty well. And I hope that I can encourage people to learn about technical analysis and take a little bit of a control of their own fates through financial independence eventually. So let's look at CVM. CVM on the weekly time frame has me concerned because this is a bearish reversal pattern. This is an ascending wedge, which means there's a tightening range here that we need to be watching about. And I'm only talking about this because this will have an influence on the daily chart that we're going to look at very shortly. So right now on the weekly time frame, being at the resistance area of this pattern would have us looking for bearish reversals, just because this is the area that we often see the bulls get to and then reject from. So we have to look at this pattern and say, what is the most likely scenario if we are going to continue it inside this pattern? And that's what technical analysis is. It's looking at the most likely scenario and then planning for both possible outcomes, either bull or bear. So in this case, I'm looking at the weekly time frame, and I'm going to say in last week close, conclusively over this level this week and break a couple of these key weekly resistances, it's likely we're going to see some weakness going into the rest of the week here. So we jump to the daily time frame, take a look at what happens there. Here we can see how we get above this level and we get rejected on the next day. So we're not afraid to get above this trend line, but bulls cannot maintain that trend line. We often see a big rejection. So we're above that level today. We have an indecision candlestick on relatively mediocre volume. I'm not going to say low or high, but this is a reversal candlestick in itself showing indecision. There's a small body here, so the small wide red part, and the upper and lower wicks here showing a lot of volatility and chop. There's no clear direction, and no one has owned the day like we have here. This suggests further upside. This one suggests indecision, and indecision can result in reversal. So if we're going to continue inside this pattern, that means tomorrow we're going to see a red day and move into the body of this overall pattern. On the hourly time frame, what are we looking at? Well, we've got a hourly uptrend that has just started. We've established a low, and what we're doing now is trend analysis. So our last low is 835. We managed to set a higher low above that on the hourly time frame with this big wick down. So we're in a little bit of an hourly uptrend. But if we go back to our 4-hour, which I actually skipped right over, we are looking at a 4-hour head and shoulders. So a 4-hour head and shoulders shows us that we have a high. Bulls are able to get a little bit higher. They try again, but they fail. So the fact that they failed to get a new higher high and continue this overall uptrend shows weakness in the market. This results in an indecision candlestick that we're seeing on the daily time frame, this short action over here. And then ultimately, we see a break of the neckline of this pattern, which would be something like this. Let's adjust our chart ever so slightly. A loss of, well, it depends where we get to, but if we lose 835, it's likely we'll break that pattern, that overall head and shoulders, which itself is a reversal pattern. So there's more and more information that's leading me to believe that we're going to see some downside risk here on CVM. On the hourly time frame, we do have an uptrend. We see a tightening range here. That's the opposite of the ascending wedge. This is a descending wedge, and I'll clear my charts just to show you guys what that looks like in a little bit more detail. And I'm just drawing these lines very, very quickly, so bear with me here. That's that tightening range here. And I'm just showing you how it tightens up. We get a bull break. That's the extent of the bull break. We're not going to expect any more upside action based on this pattern. And then it fits into that 4-hour head and shoulders. So if we break head and shoulders, we'll be looking for further downside, which is going to fit back inside that overall weekly pattern. So I think I just threw a lot of information at you. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll follow up with CVM and see if we get a red day and a break of this head and shoulders. If we don't get that, and in fact we see further upside action, what is that going to look like for us? Well, right away we are going to be able to break yesterday's high day, or today's high day rather, and we're going to look for a break over $9.31. After that, it's going to be all about $9.30 or 93 cents. So if bulls do show up and we get some conclusive bullish action out of the gate, they're going to be strong. They're going to show us that they can get over this major resistance that has been there and plagued the bulls all day today. And once they're over that level, they don't have a heck of a lot in the way on the 5-minute time frame. In fact, only one area of support resistance over here, $9.40, $9.55. So two areas that bulls need to be worried about. Anyway, I think that's enough information today. Again, I encourage you to check out chartguys.com. We absolutely love this stuff. We do it all day, every day. We cover the markets live. We discuss charts with people who are as passionate about technical analysis as we are, and it's just a lot of fun.